Hello friends, welcome back to the Story Creator. Today, I am here to tell you a new nightmare. So, first of all, plug your headphones, close your eyes, and like and subscribe the channel. And let's start the video with a horror topic: the hospital floor that was shut down. They always say hospitals never truly sleep, but what if one of the floor in your hospital wasn't just abandoned? What if it was waiting? Tonight, you are going to hear the story of a hospital elevator that refuses to forget the 13th floor. Even though the administration sealed it shut decades ago, and trust me, by the end, you will never look at an elevator the same way again. It all started with a simple rumor among the night staff at Fairhaven Medical Center. Most hospitals skip the number 13 off for superstitious reasons. But Fairhaven had not. They built it, they used it, and then, in 1993, they sealed the entire floor, claiming it was unsafe. Of course, nobody ever explained what was unsafe about a fully functional ICU ward. Weird, right? But the strangest part wasn't the sealed entrance or the old signage covered with caution tape. It was the elevator. Every night, usually between 2:40 and 3 a.m., one of the half-staff elevator would randomly stop, ding, and open the floor 13. Even though the button didn't exist anymore. And yes, the first time someone told me this, I laughed nervously because who wouldn't? But the night it happened to me, the laughter died fast. I was a new overnight orderly, still learning the layout and still pretending I wasn't terrified of dark hallways. That night, I stepped into the elevator on floor 7, hit floor 2, and instead of descending, the elevator shook, flickered, and slowly began rising. Oh great! I thought haunted elevator, classic first week experience. A pattern interrupt for my brain because if I didn't joke about it, I had probably cried. The panel light blinked. Floor 8, 9, 10, and then the light skipped straight to 13. I didn't press anything. Nobody did. And when the door still open, I swear the hallway was lit. Machines hummed. Someone's shoes clicked on the tiles, and yet this floor was supposed to be sealed off with metal plates. So how was I seeing it like it was still operating? I stepped out. Yeah, terrible decision, I know. Horror movie rule number 1. Never explore the creepy floor. But curiosity hits differently when you are standing inside something impossible. The air smelled like disinfectant and something metallic. The heart monitor beeped steadily from inside patient rooms. But when I peeked in, the beds were empty, no patient, no staff, just machines running like they were expecting someone to show up. One of the monitors suddenly spiked. Flat line, then heartbeat, then flat line again. Cool, awesome, definitely normal. I whispered. Another pattern interrupted because humor truly saves life, mainly mine. Then came the footsteps. Slow, heavy, walking somewhere behind me. I turned, expecting to see a nurse or a doctor, but the hallway was empty. Silent, except the footsteps didn't stop. They kept approaching closer, louder, like someone invisible was pacing towards me. I looked down the hallway. I noticed something I hadn't seen before. A door at the end cracked open, glowing with the pale bluish light. Every instinct told me to run, but a stronger instinct, the what if I discover something insane instinct, forced me forward. Each step echoed. The closer I got to the door, the colder the air became, until I could see my own breath. And then, right before I touched the door, the machines behind me all shut off at once. Complete silence. Then a soft, raspy voice whispered, "You are late." I spun around. Nobody, not a soul. Yet the door in front of me slowly drifted open wider, revealing the silhouette of a person strapped to a bed, or at least something shaped like one. And that's When the hallway lights behind me suddenly began turning off one by one, pop, 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 crawling towards me like a countdown. I ran, not heroically, not gracefully, more like a penguin. But the elevator was still at the end of the hall with its open door. Finally, something was going right. As I sprinted, the light flickered violently overhead and the footsteps returned, except now they were running too. I didn't dare look back. I dove inside the elevator and slammed every button like I was trying to summon a demon. The doors closed just before something heavy hit them before the other side. The elevator dropped fast, stopping at floor 1 with a violent jolt. When the doors opened, security officers and 2 doctors were waiting, looking pale like they knew where I had been. The head doctor pulled me aside and whispered, "If you ever see that elevator open to any floor that's not on the panel, don't step out again." His voice was dead serious. Floor 13 wasn't shut down because it was unsafe. It was shut because the patients didn't leave. They stayed. He swallowed hard, and sometimes they still walk. That was the last shift I ever worked at Fairhaven, but a month later, I drove past the hospital around 3 a.m. and spotted something horrifying. The elevator lights flickered, rising floor by floor, stopping again on 13, and the shadows of a person standing inside, because some floors aren't abandoned. They are just waiting for someone to visit. If you want more terrifying true feelings horror stories like this one, make sure to subscribe, turn on notification, and join us for the next nightmare. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Bye bye.